So for you viewers that have been watching the channel for a couple of years, probably recognize this car, or maybe you don't because it looks completely different. This is my brother's 2011 Outback 2.5i Limited. Well, it was until last week when I purchased it from him. We did a little bit of swapping around. He actually bought my girlfriend's Duramax 2500 Silverado. I bought his Outback, and she took my white 2015 Outback. So we did a little bit of a swapping hands. So got the car, I have thoroughly cleaned it. It still is a mess and needs another good cleaning on the interior. It needs a good clay barring and wax. This is not paint fade. This is it's pollen season. It's in full effect. We're gonna go over the car, take a look at it, see how it looks now because we haven't made a video on it in a year or two, or maybe more than that, and go ahead and do a little bit of sprucing up, fixing a couple of little things on it. Made an order to SubaruPartsDeals.com and got a couple of parts and some extras that we need. So we're just gonna go around the car and see how it's held up for the last 217,000 miles and take a look at those little small issues and repair some of them. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So guys, again, what we have here is a 2011 2.5i Limited Outback, and it's got 217,000 miles on it, and for the last 7 years, my brother owned it, and now I own it. So overall, the interior has cleaned up pretty nicely. There's still some staining on this light colored leather, but our main issue is this: the lower cushion, the lower cover on the driver's seat has some tearing on the side bolster here and quite a bit of wear in the center section. We've got a brand new lower seat cover from Subaru. I will be showing you the part number and we will be installing that here in just a little bit. Also ordered a set of Subaru all-weather floor mats for this car just because. Also ordered a rear seat back protector just because every once in a while I carry some bigger things in the back of the Outback, and having the seat back protector helps protect the back of the seats when they're laid down for increased cargo area. But overall, really good shape for the age and mileage. Some staining on the seats, staining in the seat belts. I think that was like it when we purchased it 7 years ago. Cannot recall now. I think the only way to fix that is to replace the seat belts. I don't think you can really clean that. So let's go ahead and do a little once over around the car. We've got a pretty new matching set of tires on the car. These are General Ultimax RT tires. My preferred tire, of course, is a Michelin Defender, but they're basically new. I'm not going to replace them anytime soon. Down the side here, any of you that have Subarus, especially the newer Subarus with all the plastic body side cladding, you might think, man, this thing looks great for a 2011. Well, it did not look this good before Friday because I used a product called Cerakote and went over all of the plastic, all of the black trim on this car. Not a sponsor, did not send it to me, anything like that. I purchased it myself, and this stuff is phenomenal, how it brings back the plastics. I used it on my mother's 2014 Forester over here, and it looks completely different, completely rejuvenated on the plastics down at the bottom that were faded out very light gray. Need to use it on my Crosstrek and a couple of other vehicles. But overall, the paint cleaned up very nicely. It still needs, you know, a clay barring, a wax job, no real dents, dings. There is a issue here where I think he made contact with his carport or garage, and there's a little bit of white paint transfer over. Most of this will likely buff off. I don't think it actually dug into the paint. I think it just transferred, but haven't had a chance to buff it or go after that. That stuff worked great. The Cerakote here on the back bumper protector, also on the lower piece here. All of the plastics, even the roof rails. Again, that pollen is everywhere and in mass effect right now. But overall, car is in really great shape for its age. And we went and hit the headlights with the Meguiar's. Got a little bit of that crust out of there. Some new clear coat on it. And mechanically, everything is basically great on it. Nothing really needs to be addressed at the moment other than a throttle body cleaning and the battery cable corrosion here. It does have a little bit of a stumble under an electric load. I think it's due to some bad battery cable connectivity here. Also, I think this is an undersized wrong battery for this car. Also, as you see, the battery is loosey-goosey in here. I had to zip tie it in the past because somewhere along the line, either before he bought it or while he had it, the tie down went messy, but we got a brand new one from Subaru Parts Deals. We'll be installing and correcting that issue. It's got a new radiator as of like 2 years ago. We made a video on a new upper radiator hose. Did timing belt, water pump, all that good stuff on it. Suction hose for the power steering, PCV, cam cover gaskets, rocker cover gaskets, spark plugs, all of that stuff we've covered in videos in the past. CVT fluid replacement. Torque converter was replaced due to stalling issue, which was common on the 10 and 11s with the TR690. Valve body was replaced at the same time because they failed at the same time. But again, 217,000 miles on it. It was past the time for them to fail anyway, so went ahead and got all that done. But yeah, so we're going to focus on what we picked up from Subaru Parts Deals now, and that was the all-weather floor mats, the rear seat back protector, a spare key because there was only one key to this car, so we're going to do the programming on that spare key for both the remote and the immobilizer on the key. We've got that driver's seat lower pad that we need to address, and the only real issue with the car cosmetically is the side view mirror that is broken. It was taped for years. He duct taped it for whatever reason, and I've got a new side view mirror we're going to be putting on the car today, and I think that is everything for this video. So let's get to work. All right, guys, so we got all of our parts here. We've got the holder, we've got our J-rods, and we got 2 new nuts. Let's go ahead and start working at this. Yeah, that's probably part of the stumbling when electrical load, just because of that crust. We'll get these old zip ties cut out and out of here. Got quite a bit of corrosion on the frame rail and stuff under here due to all the battery acid. We'll need to come back later and do some Rust-Oleum or something, touch up some of the paint from where this crustiness has been. Honestly, I should probably replace this battery. Not sure exactly how old it is. It is old, and like I said, I'm pretty sure it's undersized for the car. It's a Duralast, so it came from AutoZone, so most likely it is wrong. There we go. All right, guys, so cleaned everything up as best as I could. Found the date stamp, November of 2019. This thing is approaching 5 years of age. I likely need to go ahead and order a set of battery cables and ends because this corrosion most likely runs through the cables at this point. It is really bad, but for the time being, we're just going to go ahead and reinstall the battery we've got with our hardware. So at least we don't have zip ties holding it and it's not flopping around under the hood going down the road. Much, much better. No more bouncing, jiggling battery going down the highway. Got a feeling that this is the wrong hook, as it's a wee bit tall here, but also pretty sure this is the wrong size battery. Not sure if the correct battery is just bigger or if it's taller as well. But with the age of this one, probably gonna go ahead and replace a battery very soon. Because I don't think that's supposed to poke up quite that high. So now we'll move on to our side view mirror, which is Subaru part number 91036AJ15C. Now, here is our new mirror assembly. It does not come with the glass. It doesn't come with the painted cap. This painted cap needs to come off. We got some buffing and cleaning to do before we transfer it over, and we got to pull the glass out and hook up the defroster in the glass. We'll also have to take apart part of the interior trim to unbolt this from the side of the car. Hopefully this outer cap comes off easily, but I think what we're going to do is just take the tape off and see what we're working with underneath, or the rest of the tape off. This might just fall off here when I take it off, so we're probably just going to go into the inside and unbolt the whole assembly and work with it off of the car. Well, it turns out this cap pops off fairly easily, especially after it's halfway jarred loose from an impact. So with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and jump inside and unbolt it and pull it off the car. All right, we should be able to just pop this trim piece off, and hopefully should be able to get to all of our fasteners here. Although our pigtail, of course, Subaru, is down below the door panel. So, of course, we got to pull the door card. We got a fastener here. And down here, which I just realized y'all cannot see. So, as I was saying, there's a screw here. And a screw here. And if I recall correctly, that is all on this model. I don't think you have to pop up for a hidden fastener under this switch panel. But now that I've said that, watch me be wrong. And now we should be able to go back and pop our push pins. So we're not going to take all of this completely loose. We're just going to hang it here, take our pigtail loose, and then we're going to hang it back on the ledge there. Take your fasteners loose here. And we'll install the new one. All right, we'll drop the door panel back down again, install the electrical pigtail, and reinstall the door card. Make sure all of our plastic push pins are in place first. All right, so now we will hook up our wiring to the glass for the heater, or the defrost for the side mirror. And then we will put it into place. There's two little hooks you need to latch onto in here. The glass needs to slide into. And they pop in like so. All right, guys, so now all we got to do is pop our two caps on. One at the bottom and our painted one for the top. And the painted top one. And we're all set. Looking good as new, other than a scratch or two. All right, guys, got the seat out of the car. Let's see if I can remember how to change one of these. Here's your Subaru part number. If you've got a tan leather 2010 to 2014, should all be the same. Seat base that you need to replace the cover on because it is worn out. All right, pretty sure all I have to do is get the side covers off, switch panel on this side, and the seat belt on the other side, and the cover just comes off of here. And our seat belt buckle. So we got all these little hooks and bands to get loose. Pop that up. Then all of these hooks. Oh, found a quarter. That there is just about worth the cost of replacing this cover. That, of course, is a joke. Just a really bad one. I think that is us. Oh, hog rings. I forgot about the hog rings. I don't think I have hog ring pliers because I don't do upholstery work normally. Alrighty, and there we go. What a pain. Those hog rings, I swear. Worst part about upholstery. All right, so battled the hog rings, got everything back together. Now we just got to reassemble in the reverse of disassembly. So, yeah, looking much, much better than what we had going on before. And there's our fully reassembled seat, ready to go back in the car. Again, looking much better than what we started with. All right, guys, so I went ahead and cleaned the throttle body off camera. We installed our battery hold down. We put our new side view mirror on the car. We have rebuilt our driver seat and replaced this bottom seat cover, looking like a brand new seat other than a little discoloration on the back. Put our all-weather floor mats into the car, and we also installed our seat back protector off camera as well. Now all we got to do is program our new key, remote, and immobilizer. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and program our new key. We're using the AutoFix IM1. I forgot to turn the ignition off and on. It does work. So, now to learn the key for the immobilizer. All keys are not lost, though. Insert the key to be learned and turn on the ignition. That's not good. Oh, I'm stupid. I know what I did. Pretty sure I gotta do the key that already works for the car first. Or I'm gonna screw up and I won't be able to run my car. All right, that key is now learned. Put our new key in, turn the ignition on. Now hopefully you program. Still failed. What the hell is up with this key? So guys, there you have it. Unfortunately, I cannot get the AutoFix to program this key. I'm gonna have to use my Subaru Select Monitor to do it. We'll do that another time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.